This time around, I'm gonna try Eredrim. Haven't tried him yet. He's the only shell that I have acquired that I haven't tried yet. There are 3 more shells that I still have to acquire. But for now, let's stick with him. Okay, so he's riposte heavy. Let's see. Level up, let's see what... yeah, I gotta go back to the Meadow Keep. Let's see his upgrades. Quite interested in what Eredrim can do. Haven't played with him since Mortal Shell 1. Obviously, he seems to have some advanced things over here in Mortal Shell 2. So it's gonna need some time for me to get adjusted to him.
Let us discover his purpose together.
Ah, fuck it, let's go and unlock everything. I mean, I'm using cheat engine anyway for glimpses. Let's see. Shoulder bash charges 30% faster. Shoulder bash resolve cost reduced. Ethereal diapason resolve cost. Okay. After killing an enemy with a riposte, Eredrim abilities cost no resolve for 8 seconds. Damn. That sounds powerful. Riposte grants 2 slaughterer. Frost mitigation, okay, deals 200% damage to frozen enemies. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be worth it. It's just 0.2% per stack at maximum, so that's a heavy investment for only 0.2. Let's try to play with only the basic stuff. No last tree. Let's just play with this. Get the weak thing. Yeah, okay, first 2, let's just try like this. This could be something like an early build, early to mid-game build. That's realistic. Now, let's see what kind of weapon. I think his weapon is a Guardian Hammer, if I'm not mistaken. And Guardian Hammer can be obtained... That is Obsidian Hammer. Can be obtained at this area. It's an area that I haven't visited yet. But we can use Great Martyr's Blade, why not? Maybe that's his weapon actually. Great Martyr's Blade. Shotgun. Tarstones. Okay, clearly we need Tarstones for riposte things. At this point, I was playing with Proxima a lot. So of course my setup was quite different. Melee attacks 10% critical chance, generate 7 resolve, bulwark without a doubt. Repose damage increased, definitely. Melee attacks increased critical chance and melee attacks critical damage. That's kinda typical setup. Alright, that's it. Now we just have to learn to play with him. Let's see how he works. Alright, we have that ethereal diapason, then we have the shoulder charge. Those are the main things. So let's move to the executioner's pulpit. I gotta clean that beacon, so that might be a good starting test. Wasn't I here already? I think I was. Oh, damn. Great Martyr Blade does a lot of damage. And I haven't even upgraded it that much, it's +8. So... I know they've buffed it in the recent patch, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, where do we need to go here? I thought I was in this dungeon, but I guess I haven't completed it. Although I do play with save files, I have backup saves to test some builds and to leave some enemies alive, so that I can showcase against some bosses some of the builds. So, alright, let's see. Should be some kind of a button. There it is, yeah. There we go. Aha, he's got it loaded up. So basically, it's kind of the similar thing to the stagger blow from Gragu. I don't know if this is instant death or not. Doesn't matter. Let's move forward. That's what opened. Interesting. I don't know what changed with Eredrim when it comes to Mortal Shell 1 compared to Mortal Shell 2. Yeah. There's not much difference in weapon speed, in attack speed when it comes to light attacks and heavy attacks with Martyr Blade. Might as well use the heavy ones. Oh shit! Okay, so that would be instant death. Let's see the distance of the shoulder bash. Oh, that's a good distance. Something should have opened up. Okay. And that should be the end of this dungeon. Well, I have the best way to test Eredrim, since I gotta play with him a little bit to understand how he works. We have a big boss right in this dungeon that I still haven't beaten. I wasn't even trying really that much, mostly testing stuff. What? Oh, wrong button. Oh, there could be some interesting combinations with stagger from the shoulder bash. This game is so unpolished that the more you play it, the more you see it. This is a nasty critical attack. Okay, that attack is a little bit ridiculous. I mean, I can't really do much about it. Except dodge, 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 and maybe it works. Do I have any? So let me read this one more time. After killing an enemy with riposte, Erdrin's abilities cost no resolve for 8 seconds. Nah, that's not good against the boss. So it's great, sounds great, but against the boss, that's not gonna help. Slaughterer stacks also won't help against the boss. So okay, this is a good way to test, to see his setups. He doesn't seem as OP as Grago, but look, I just started playing him. Grago, even with 2 basic trees, was really good. Meaning with 2 tiers of upgrades. I haven't even seen what 3 and 4 can do for Grago. Hence weapons. Let's see, we gotta upgrade the Martyr Blade a little bit. Okay.
Blessings upon you, Harbinger.
I haven't seen this ethereal diapason do anything against the boss. Let's try it again. Maybe it just works against normal enemies. Oh, it does build up the stagger damage. Hey, Solus. Welcome, mate. Dark Souls was metal because it was trying to be like this childish game. 50 bucks says devs are woke. 100 matter. Well, it's just a change of a letter, mate. And they say brev instead of brav. And they say, well, they have some other. It's silly, I know. I agree, it's silly. Alright, let's see some of his other upgrades. I always pull the same analogy from Dune, Fremen, one of the worst names I've heard for a tribe, or for a culture or region or whatever. Basically, removed one E instead of free men, it's Fremen. Stupid as fuck. So always reminds me of that. Fragile. Affected take bonus damage from weapon attacks. What can we do? Repost? Yeah, we can't do anything with this. If we want to go for the early way, for the early setup, then this needs to be the one. Otherwise, nothing else. Slaughterer is kinda. It's great again when you go for the progression, but if you're not if you're fighting bosses, it's useless. Unless it would work against the bosses. But then you need to go through so many enemies and... Huh. No, executed. It goes with execution, so it wouldn't work. Yeah. I was thinking maybe we could go across half the map and then get as many slaughter stacks as possible so that we can basically execute boss quickly. Maybe it could work somehow. I don't see how. There must be some kind of limitations for that. Okay, let's try something else. We're gonna try something very simple. This Great Martyr's Blade just doesn't work with him, it seems to me, but I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah, 10% is not worth going and investing so much time just to get it to 10. Oh wait, there's some kind of a chest over there that I haven't picked up yet. Rupturing stone. Projectiles deal 4 break damage. Hey, Kiras. So GTA 6. Why are you quoting me? Things that I haven't said, heretic. I know you're a master troll, but still, people are gonna think I said these things. You know, who doesn't know you? That is. Do I think that GTA 6 will not be as good as GTA 5? Absolutely. We can see from their writers that they will fail in writing. Not fail in terms that it's gonna be trash writing, but it's just not gonna be as good as the rest of them. The modern writers, you know. I mean, look, we gotta give them a chance. Let's see what they can do. They already earned so much from pre-orders. So thank you, people who pre-order. Really, thank you for ruining the industry and not actually waiting for a game to come out and see if it's any damn good. Watch some trusted reviewers, see what they think. But no, please pre-order. Keep pre-ordering. That's gonna lead us to the promised land. Well, it's gonna lead. It led corporations to the promised land and companies. Publishers are raking in money left and right. They reached their promised land.
The night. Let us discover his purpose.
I am your devoted.
Oh no, I don't have a problem with the fight. I'm just testing Eredrim. I'm not even trying to be the boss at this point. It's just I just switched to Eredrim. I don't know how to play with him, so I'm just trying things out. That's the goal. 9 out of 10. Oh, not even close. This game is glazed way too much. It has too many problems. 9 out of 10. Fuck no. Enemy design is weak. Difficulty design is weak. Boss design is due to the problems of unpolished combat is mediocre at best. No, honestly, Mortal Shell 2, the more I played it, the more I'm disappointed with it. 9 out of 10. That's not realistic on any scale for this game. Subjectively, sure, the amount of I like it so much or I dislike it, if you go through that scale, extremely subjective scale with removing everything factual about the game, how things perform and all that, sure, in that case, yeah. But 9, no. Just no. No. That's... If you're going for realistic scores, no. Not even close. Unfortunately, I thought that Mortal Shell 2 could be 10 out of 10 game, to be honest, but they fucked up a lot of the things. Sorry to say. Damn, I don't have gloom. I should have... Alright, let's just... Yeah, I'm not going... I can't wait to trash the night mode when I try it out. Fucking one-hit kill bullshit. The least creative design possible for any Dark Souls. And they had to do it because their enemy design is not good. So they have to just do the parameter challenge, which is the weakest part of this game. That this game is actually a parameter challenge game, not a boss design or enemy design challenge in any way, shape or form. Because they don't have that amount of polish. And it can be seen in almost every boss fight. So they had to crank the parameters up, and anyone that does parameter difficulty is low quality design. Objectively, it's a low quality design because they don't know how to do creative difficulty, interesting difficulty through good enemy designs, meaning what the enemies can do. Any game that does parameter difficulty immediately drops significantly in quality, and that's what modern games have done. They have conditioned players to accept weak, pathetic parameter difficulty designs instead of focusing on enemy designs to make them more creative, more capable in AI sense, so that they can actually challenge the player, make some things interesting. Mortal Shell has a couple of things that I've seen here that, but only a couple. That's like 1% of the time that you play against enemies, and those are the feints. Something that I would really like to see more. Feints. And when I saw that at the first boss, I saw, okay. I thought to myself, god damn, they might be onto something here. But unfortunately, it was an anomaly more than... Well, yeah, one more enemy has feints. The similar enemy to that first boss. And that's about it. Which is really good design. I wish they would use that more. But yeah, from enjoyment scale, if you enjoyed the game heavily, why not? 9, 10, give it whatever the hell you want. But that's only pertaining to you. You are not assessing the game what it is. And that's fine, you don't have to. You're playing a game for your enjoyment. You're not trying to review the game or anything like that. And that is absolutely fine. No one has any problems with that. I don't. But I can't look at the game. I'm enjoying the game a lot. I am. I'm enjoying the game more than the game has quality. Let's call it like that. But what I'm enjoying is no relevance to any of you. Why would you care what I enjoy or not? Who gives a shit? That's only pertaining to me. Ah, come on. He's gonna spin. Yeah, let's run. Ah, fuck. That attack is fast, but alright, it's not instant attack animation, so that's fine. I expected that. Hey, Zanats. Oh, I love the atmosphere, music, world characters, and the little details. In those regards, this game is 10 out of 10 soulless. I agree. I absolutely agree with you on that. There is no doubt about that. This game, when it comes to that stuff, The mechanics also, or each shell and what mechanics they have. I love that. Although some work similar, but they offer different variables. But what the fuck? That was a cheap shot, but okay. Fucking arsehole, okay. What I respect about the game is that they didn't use a lot of instant attack animations. This guy had, I think, one that I've seen, and maybe a couple others instant attack animations that I've seen, and that's all. Unlike something like Kazan. Kazan uses instant attack animations throughout most of their fights. And it's annoying as fuck, because that game, in my opinion, could have been one of the best combat games of all time. If they didn't screw up a couple of things. Attack tracking being one of them. But yeah, it could have been, fuck, that game had some really great stuff in it. Hey, Zdat, do you recommend buying full price or discount for this game? Full price, yeah. Look. But I can't recommend anything. Don't ever listen to anyone recommending you games games full price. I don't know if it's going to be good enough for you to be full price, or if it's going to be even good enough for you for discount of the price. I can't tell you that. I can never recommend games to people, never, and I never do. In any of the reviews that I've done, I think that I've recommended only a few games because they were really, really that good and more like indie games. I think one was Chained Echoes, and I don't know what others. But in 90% of my reviews, I don't recommend games to people because I don't know you. I don't know you personally. I don't know your preferences. I don't know what you like. I don't know how patient you are. I don't know if you're looking for instant gratification, or can you read a lot of the text. There are so many little details where you just can't recommend games to people. There's many people that don't like some really fantastic games, and that's fine. It just isn't for them. That's all good, you know. Sorry, what is this? Consume 100 to resolve to swing your weapon in a violent arc, striking down all who stand close. And that's for Martyr Blade. Oh, this could be a potential build incoming. Hey, I heart. Hey, Frank. Yeah, deep sync. Well, yeah, the game has many issues. As I said, I think I figured out the main issue in combat, and that's the movement speeds. Movement speed, same as Lords of the Fallen. They did the same mistake. Just the Lords of the Fallen animations were a lot weaker than Mortal Shells. So, but they have some of the same problems. Developers don't seem to understand that the importance of animation speeds. For example, this game has fantastic attack animations, attack animation speeds. They're really, really good. Some of the best that I've seen. But when it comes to movement attack animations and dodge, when you're dodging in combat, you dodge a little bit different. The speeds are so high that the enemies can't keep up. That's why they have a lot of tracking, a lot of sliding, a lot of whatever. They've put that as a way to negate the... Oh, this isn't the final enemy. They put it as a way to negate enemy our movement speed, because they couldn't keep up. They wouldn't be able to hit us, and that's the problem. That's the main issue of this game. That's why we can't have heavier movement, which wouldn't require so much tracking and sliding, and then it would be a more immersive, much tougher and harder combat.
Child, you and I serve our kin to be. Unlike this, vow.
Monster varieties ass. Well, see, try to think like this. Let me just see this. I'll address that in a second.
Devoid of meaning, it is endless. But you and I, we will end. When and the over are safe.
I'm not connecting with the story a lot. I don't know, maybe the problem is in me. Just there isn't much of it. That's one of the things also that, in my opinion, so far from what I've seen, maybe it changes, I don't know. It's not that brilliant. Okay, when it comes to enemies, look at this. Look at it like this. It's a thing of preference. When it comes to enemy designs, what most developers do today, they crank up the parameters. They do massive damage, they have lots of health, they have resistances. These are just simple parameters, nothing else, nothing more. Look at enemies in games like Neo. I can't remember Sekiro. Okay, Sekiro is not an RPG, so it can't be put into the same category. These enemies do something. They have some AI. They are not just moving forward and spamming enemies and then spamming attacks or jumping back as their only defensive move. They are actually trying to beat the player. They are putting out interesting challenges. They're playing angles. You never know what they're going to do. What they're going to do next. In Mortal Shell, it's predictable. It's easy to predict what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do. You know their AI. Now, a couple of them have defensive moves, but it's so rare and so ineffective. And they don't use angles. They don't try to attack you in different ways. It's mostly the same thing throughout the game, and that makes it predictable. Now, it's because of the enemy design. The enemy design and the AI of the enemy is poor. That's why it's in most games, unfortunately, these days. They just like to crank up the parameters. So, look at it this way. Would you like a game that has 10 enemies, but 10 different enemy types only throughout the whole game? Let's say it's a 60-hour game. It has only 10 enemy types throughout the game, but every time you are battling each one of those enemies, it's a challenge. Not parameter challenge, but a creative challenge. They have so many moves. They can combine combos into, let's say, sometimes they will do the one attack. Sometimes they will do combine one attack with the other attack, making it a 2-hit combo. Sometimes they will combine three attacks in a row. And they change it up. They are constantly switching up, and they, let's say, each of them has about 10 attacks. And they're constantly switching these combos. They also use parries, sorry, not parries, but feints. And they feint the player, what some of the Mortal Shell enemies do, which is really cool to see. Unfortunately, only few do it. And they feint the player to commit into a dodge or a block. And then you basically lose the momentum and rhythm if you fall for the parry. And then also, if the enemy can block sometimes, you give them a percentage of block chance so that sometimes they will block. Actually, no, you leave the attack cancel out of it. And basically, if they commit into an attack, that's your chance also for you to counter them before they can pull up the shield, because there's also a thing called the attack recovery animation. Now, would you want 10 enemies like that in a game where each encounter would be truly a test of your capabilities? Or would you like 100 different enemy types in a game of which everyone has 3 attacks and they just rush you, bomb rush you, and just spam those 3 attacks and that's it? And they're always the same. That's my question. What would your preference be? For everyone in the chat. To me, it's easy choice. 10 enemies, but each fight is very interesting. Wait, I'm missing something. Marrow Keep. I don't think I've cleansed all the. Yeah, I've missed one of the. Okay, I missed one of the beacons there. Let's see. Let's see. Now, balancing is really poor in Mortal Shell too, unfortunately. Sometimes you can just beat the shit out of enemies with couple things with against any boss. Sometimes you cannot. Sometimes the boss is gonna beat the shit out of you. That's a rare case. Sekiro has a benefit of having very limited combat. That's why Sekiro cannot be put into the same... It cannot be compared to games like Mortal Shell, Neo, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne. It cannot. It's a limited style game, meaning that we only have one weapon and we don't have parameters in the game. We don't have attributes. I mean, not parameters. Parameters are always in every game. But we don't have attributes. It's an action game. It's not an RPG. When you do RPGs, then there are different issues. You gotta put in parameters. Parameters through builds. Not the basic parameters that everyone has, but parameters through builds. Which is an entirely different story. Elden Ring has another issue. Elden Ring bosses are the bosses that have really fallen significantly. Quality of those bosses has fallen significantly because they didn't know how to do challenge anymore. So instead, they made bosses able to completely disregard the rule sets of stamina. Bosses have no limitations later on when it comes to stamina, which is such a shame because Dark Souls didn't do that. Dark Souls bosses had stamina limitations, most of them anyway. And they were playing the same rule set within the same rule set as the player, which is a significant success when it comes to game development. Very few games can do that. Neo has succeeded at that as well. Not many have that capability. And Elden Ring changed that. I already explained that in my review. I think their major mistake was the summoning part. They simply didn't know how to increase the difficulty anymore because there's so many Dark Souls players that just blow through the game. Unfortunately, mostly through magic, which is a thing that requires balancing. And unfortunately, they went in a wrong direction. They screwed up the enemy design, especially the boss design later on. Bosses basically all played it the same. They just continuous aggression and spamming of the combos. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more. And stamina didn't matter to them, even if they got rid of the stamina. What happened is that if they lost stamina through continuous swings, it didn't matter because it just refilled back up continuously. Or even if the stamina is at 0, they could still attack, which wasn't the case with Dark Souls. So that's a big distinction. And I think with Elden Ring, when they decided to add summons, they wanted to just crank up the difficulty and just remove the limits from the bosses in order to be able to counter the player and the summon. Which is a big mistake. Big mistake that they've made. And that's why bosses are so cheap in Elden Ring. The cheapest bosses in all of From Software games are in Elden Ring. Outside of Sekiro, of course, who works differently. As it's a purely skill-based game, nothing more. Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't have stamina Elden Ring, you can sidestep a lot of the attacks. I agree. That's the brilliance of their design. It's one of the studios that did attack tracking well. And you know why? Why that could work? Because their movement speeds were also on par with the attack animations, and that's why it worked. Look at Mortal Shell's movement speeds. It's utterly too fast compared to the attacks. And that's why enemies can't keep up. While enemies in Mortal Shell walk normally, the speed of their movement animations is comparable to their attack animations. So the speed discrepancy is not as much. That's why it works. That's why it works in Elden Ring and in From Software games, and it doesn't work in Mortal Shell as well. People underestimate still, they shit on From Software, but From Software is one of the rare studios that could actually create great bosses within the rule set, within the same rule set as the player works. And while also not using cheap designs at the same time. Yeah, you could easily read some of the bosses and so on, but that's your success. Could they've polished it, tuned them up a little bit more? Of course. Yeah, without a doubt. But they're one of the rare studios that actually succeeded at creating such a thing. And people shit on them a lot because of their outdated engine, because of horrible backstab and critical hit animations, which is an absolute truth. Nothing wrong with saying constructive criticism that is true. But the way they've done combat framework, yeah, they still have those missed attacks, which Mortal Shell has plenty of, unfortunately. Sometimes hitboxes don't work as well, but outside of that, the movement frame and attack frame is one of the best still, and that says a lot. That's something that most developers don't understand, what makes From Software games so damn great, outside of lore, atmosphere, difficulty. I mean, Mortal Shell is not even close in difficulty to any of the Dark Souls games. Not even close. While the truth is that you can cheese Dark Souls a lot with the magic stuff, when it comes to comparing purely melee combat, try playing Mortal Shell purely melee, which it is pure melee, and try play Dark Souls pure melee. See the difference in difficulty. You're gonna lose a lot in Dark Souls. In Mortal Shell, you won't nearly as much, unless you're just testing stuff, playing around, learning the shells. See, they have to look at this. Did you see the damage that this thing did to me? In one shot. And I'm a tanky shell, supposedly. Almost 70% damage for a tanky shell. Great difficulty design? No, cheap difficulty design. Because it doesn't have any underlying systems, any mechanics that would make it challenging in an interesting way, that would make you actually challenge your skill a little bit, you know? Not just parameter challenge. Lies of P I haven't played, but I will eventually. Kazan is great, although Kazan is more like Neo, so it's not really a Souls-like. It has elements of Souls-likes, but it's more like Neo in a lot of ways. Better than Neo in some ways. Less focus on grinding, and I think that's a huge improvement. And they actually have a meaning. I don't know I can't recall if the story was any good, but it had a meaningful progression. Meaningful story progression, which was a big thing. Something that Neo never had, really. But the combat is not as... No, fuck, again a mistake. That's a shortcut. I must avoid the shortcut because there's another beacon that needs to be cleansed. That's what I'm trying to do here. And to be able to do that, I have to enter from a specific point. Let's try to play a little bit with those repost stacks. I can now do that because there's no boss. Yeah, that's the shell I'm using right now. First time I'm playing with him. Literally started at the beginning of this stream. I've created a build for Proxima, a repeater build, which is gonna be up today, and I just decided to try this bastard out. Let's go full massacre. Yeah, I know that that dual wielding is better because of the pair attack resolve. I know how it works. But Great Martyr's Blade is Eredrim's weapon, if I'm not mistaken. So I try to keep it like that. Eredrim restores 15 resolve whenever we use. Bon appetit. Deals 30 damage to all enemies in rage. Well, let's see if we go with this. To see how that works. Oh, fuck. This is the 5th one, mate. Goal is to make a build for each shell. So I'm trying now Eredrim, but Eredrim is a weird one. From what I see. I mean, it's a shoulder bash classic style. You go for shoulder bash and that's it. It's not that difficult to build him. He's got great progression difficulty. Great progression power because how his stacks work. How Slaughterer stacks work, which is interesting. But I still have to play a lot more with him. And I know that you could kind of build stagger with him a lot. There are some ways to... Some ways to do it. Not in my game. In my game, I use cheat engine to get all the glimpses, because that's the only way I can test stuff and play around with later upgrades. Star Wars Zero Company, mate, I'm broke, so I'm not buying any games, and I'm not gonna receive key for such a game. There's no way. I mean, I'll apply. Good thing you reminded me. I have to check if I can apply for a key for that somewhere. But I'm mostly targeting either Onimusha or Blood of the Dawnwalker. Those are the games that I'm covering next. But I do love, you guys know that I love XCOM style games. Yeah, George Lucas, yeah. I don't think he's got anything to do with it. They're under EA, if I'm not mistaken, so... No, I haven't played with Janessa. I mean, I'm not looking forward to it. Blood of the Dawnwalker seems quite generic from what I've seen so far. I look forward more to Onimusha. I really like what I've seen in the demo. Alright, so concentrate and don't go. Damn, he could be extremely powerful when it comes to killing regular enemies and progressing. Alright, now I gotta really concentrate and see where I used that shortcut, because I don't know. No, Onimusha is nothing like Neo. I think this was the shortcut part. Yeah, use the shortcut here. Okay, we're not gonna go here this time around. I've made that mistake plenty times. Capcom will strike your channel for modding Resident Evil characters. And people will still buy their games. That's the issue. There's no unity anymore in gamers. It's just people have control of toddlers today. They see one good trailer, they start touching their pee-pee, and it's immediately, you know, I can't wait for this. It's pathetic, honestly, the way gaming has become. And we cannot blame anyone but ourselves. Money listens. Look at EA. Companies like EA or Activision should have been, or Take-Two when it comes to NBA 2K and games like those, they should have been already in the red or not exist anymore. A long time. For a long time now, but they are alive and well, they are killing it. And then there's that other thing. If the game is really good from those companies, it's difficult to control yourself, and I understand that part much better, you know, than buying mediocre or subpar or just decent games from those companies. That I don't get. But I get when they do a fantastic job. Then it's quite difficult to resist. But still, if you want to change, if you want to punish a company for something, the only way to do it is through not buying their products. That's the only way they will learn. Look at GTA. They already covered basically all the development costs, haven't they? Through fucking pre-orders. What kind of incentive they have to do their best? I mean, they will. It's Rockstar. There's just a question of what is their best at this point. Can they even come remotely close to GTA 5, for example? I really don't think they can, but we'll see. Well, Dragon's Dogma 2 was a mediocre to okay game. That's about it. It was, for the first 10 hours, it was incredible. I loved it for the first 10 hours. Then it kind of started playing the bullshit game. Oh, look, let's waste your time every single fucking minute if we can. Just because they could, nothing more. And they didn't have the content to make it interesting. They didn't have content. It was mostly walking, like in Outward. So there was nothing to fill that time. Eventually you come to a fight. Fighting was interesting. Combat is quite interesting in Dragon's Dogma, without a doubt. But even that became too easy soon. And again, I don't know where this beacon is, people. I have no clue. There's supposed to be one more beacon here. I got no clue. So I'll just leave this as is. Fuck it. Leaker is really putting pressure on Rockstar. What are they doing? I'm not, you know, that I learn all my news from you guys, so I don't really follow any of that stuff. Oh, we lose the stacks now. Alright, never mind. Let's move into another area and and just continue the progression. What is left? I have the Abbey, because I was going there and I got that spear. Or maybe I could play with spear. I really dig the Martyr Blade. Everyone hates heavy weapons. This is one of those rare games where I like the big weapons, because not because I know they are not as effective as the faster weapons, but I never liked in Dark Souls oversized weapons. They were too cartoonish. I could never get behind it. So I like that the game, like that there's a game like Mortal Shell that does them justice, more realistic justice. We got Abbey entrance and we got the full, yeah, corrupted beacon. Let's go. I don't know what's the order that where I'm supposed to, order in which I'm supposed to progress. So let's just go. Let's see what happens. Oh no, I missed boss. Behind expensive special editions or extra payments, offline fallback states guarantee that single-player games remain fully playable and functional even if official online server shuts down. So what? There's no. So if the online servers are down, we cannot play the game. Is that it? If that's the case, I might not even play the game then. Fuck it. Ah, shit. Doesn't work that. Demanding that Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive issue a public apology and change major industry practices. Their core demands target digital-only trends and consumer policies. I'm not certain what I'm reading here, mate, to be honest. Could you explain it a little bit? So they are hiding things behind expensive special editions or extra payments. So there is there's microtransactions, right? How is the game even going to work? Is it going to be an online game, or is it going to be some kind of a hybrid of single player and multiplayer, or how is it going to work? I don't even know. As I said, I have very little interest in GTA. I love GTAs. I loved every GTA so far, but I don't know. I don't know. Just not that much into it, I guess. GTA's writing needs to be top notch, and currently kind of don't trust the studio to do that. But look, they can prove me wrong. Why not? But I'll be smart and read reviews, see what people think, how it plays. Gameplay might be the best so far, which should be, absolutely should be, considering the improvements. Considering how much time has gone by. Playing Eredrim leads to a very bloody game, and I like it. Phantom Blade Zero, yeah, looks interesting. Looks interesting, but a lot of those games look interesting when you see them in trailers and then you play them, and then it's not as interesting. Look at Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell looked from the trailer, even from the gameplay trailer, looked like the best Souls-like ever. I mean, that's what trailers are supposed to do, right? Make you hyped for a game. Well, PlayStation came up with new terms and conditions that say you are renting game, not buying. You can be punished by revoking your license. Do you... Ooh, no, that's huge. PlayStation came up with new terms and conditions that say you are renting games, not buying. You can be punished by revoking your license to use games, and the company can decide if they want to punish you or not. People, this is bad. This is really bad. We've lost all the power. They are extorting us for money. I mean, I knew that with the licensing of games, you know, and how it worked. It was always the case. But this is different. Now this is official that we are renting games and not buying them, if that's true. And that's a huge step back. Yeah, sticking with indies so far, I guess, and double A's and studios that I really like. Not studios that I like, but games that seem promising. I think I'm gonna play big games less and less. Fuck these publishers and fuck these companies and corporations that do these things. They really destroyed gaming. Them and casual gamers that see one trailer and buy and pre-order immediately. Not casuals in terms of, maybe that's a wrong term, casual gamers, but people that don't know better, you know. But a lot of them don't know better. I mean, there's so many people on my channel that constantly are proud to say that they pre-order games. So, yeah, what, and now they're gonna start limiting physical copies. So they're gonna have to pre-order games because there won't be any more physical copies around. See the bullshit that they're doing. Yeah. Fuck them. I don't think I'm gonna even buy PlayStation 6. I'm just gonna give PlayStation 5 to my sister as I promised. And that's it. I loved Sony, I always did. I loved Sony PlayStation, not Sony. Their TVs suck. They should have been renamed to Sorry. At this point, from what they are doing, their company should be renamed to Sorry and not Sony. Fucking disgrace, what they've become. They were the only ones that cared for games as publishers, you know. They were the only ones, which was what, 10 years ago, so yeah, it was some time ago, that really allowed games to be games, the games of old. They would even allow, not them, but the companies under them, the studios under them, they would even allow those cheat codes that were a big thing back in the day. When you beat the game, they gave you cheat codes to have some fun with the games. You guys all know that, I mean, you've played it. And my god, how things change. How things change for these greedy fuckers. It's fucking greed, man. And investors, when non-gaming investors started going into games, into the gaming industry, it fucked everything up. Because the people put in certain positions were only about that. What's the profit? Not how the game is. Remember in the 90s, everyone was their own publisher. A lot of people don't remember that. Look at this brilliant animation. Ooh! That hurt. Then review my sex life. I finished Proxima build. Hey, Abridged. Welcome, mate. I finished Proxima build. It's gonna be on the channel after the stream. A repeater build. I wanted specifically to do the minigun build. But it's interesting. I know I could do the OP hook thing, but nah. I went for a more challenging build. That's not that OP, but it's still quite powerful. Ah, you mean because of aesthetics, Rune Knight, my bad. I understand now. No Rest for the Wicked. Oh, I can't wait for that one. Well, it's not really can't wait. Is too strong of a phrase, but that's a game that I really am gonna I'm gonna enjoy playing because it does a lot of things right. It has such an incredible combat system. So polished. This Martyr Blaze, when it hits sometimes, is so goddamn powerful. Such a satisfying thing to do to kill someone in this game with a giant weapon. Again, a lot of games don't do that right. The game is going in a way that I'm currently in a mid-game towards the late game, and I'm trying to test shells. I have a separate backup save where I left bosses specifically so that I can test things on them. Proxima build is done. It's gonna be on the channel today. I'm now trying Eredrim for the first time. Really digging Eredrim. Really cool. Always loved his aesthetics. I mean, I love aesthetics of every single shell in this game that I've seen so far. They look so fucking good. Art style of this game is impeccable. I mean, easy 10 out of 10. Look at everything, everywhere you go, there's details everywhere. And it's so beautiful. Look at the leaves going around, and then you have a little effect of wind. These guys outdid themselves in terms of aesthetics. And the attack animations are so fucking good. Look at this. Yeah, bring it to Genes. Yeah. I just hope they change that city progression. That's kinda yeah. In No Rest for the Wicked. So last night I beat Magdalena and that was one of the most immersion breaking and unfun fights I've had in a while. It only took 2 attempts, but I could do it never having to do it again. To me, currently the best boss fight is the first one. The very first one when you enter the world and that huge berserker. The best boss fight. Seems the most polished one that I've seen in the game so far. Everyone else is just, I don't know, they're particularly not that great boss fights. Great Martyr's Blade is official weapon of Eredrim, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe Obsidian Hammer is his... I don't know. Because I want to use his OG weapon. Oh, Jesus Christ. This weapon does a ton of damage. Why didn't I choose riposte? And most of the reason why bosses in this game operate the way they operate is because of lack of polish with the tracking, with the sliding, and overall lack of combat polish. If you don't move in this game, the game is fantastic. If you don't ever move and just use the attacks, it's awesome. One of the best ever. But that's not how these games work, right? Let's see. Let's go to Meadow Keep. Is the Martyr? Okay, thank you. I'm digging the Martyr Blade. The way this game does large weapons is fantastic. The heaviness of it, they are not plastic. They don't feel plastic. They really feel good. Awesome, just awesome. Now we are going to improve it a lot more now. I just gotta use the smelting option. Okay. I like to do these limited builds, you know, try things like with the setup that would be lore based in a way. I kind of dig that a lot. I mean, I can't see myself playing Eredrim with dual katanas. It just, but that's me. That's just me. That doesn't mean that that's wrong in any way. So please don't think that. Play however you like. These percentages suck. Oh, thank you. Oh, come on, man. Jesus Christ. Dude, what? I swear I'm gonna ban you from streams. Dude, this is... I mean, thank you a lot, don't get me wrong. Thanks a lot, but god damn, man. You've donated a lot of money already, so I can't... As I said, you ever need a place to sleep in Croatia when you come here, just say. I said it to my girl. Specifically about you, mate. I specifically mentioned you and how much you've already helped me financially in a lot of ways through these streams. And my girl said, you know what, at this point, how much this guy helped you, having a place to sleep might not be enough. You might give some ass. You might have to give some ass to him. That's what she said. She's funny.
Harbinger. Oh, I see you must have.
Cheap date. What was... sister. Yeah, I gotta talk to sister Janessa. What a deal. Okay, now you can buy Zero Company, mate. I need that to live. My kids' channel got demonetized. I'm literally, my next paycheck is gonna be 500 euros. In which is gonna come in a day or two. And with that, I can pay the bills, I can buy groceries, and that's it. And if I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to monetize the kids channel again, because I need to wait for October to even apply. I mean, they need to give me. I don't know why they wouldn't give me back, but I don't know. YouTube is fucked, so you never know. From only RPG division, I can't survive. The views are shit. The money is shit. It requires a lot of time, investment, and it's... So yeah, this is only for survival. By the way, no one wants your ass. Oh yeah, they told me you are not. They told me that the first reason why my channel is demonetized is because I'm using sensationalism and I'm using clickbait thumbnails. When on the channel there isn't a single thumbnail that's not direct photo from the video. That's I always just use the screenshot from the video and put it as a thumbnail. And I also put in title exactly what's going on in the video. And I asked them 3 times. I've asked them, give me an example of what I did wrong, because this is bullshit. Instant demonetization. I have no strikes, no of any kind. The channel is as clean as it comes. Yeah, it is. It really is a nightmare. And of course, if they given me a warning, do something, change this, no problem, I will do whatever it takes. But instant demonetization, no talking, no communication, no warning, nothing, no strikes, nothing. What's the point of strikes then if you're just gonna instantly demonetize me? I mean, why? I think I know why, because I've started creating AI cartoons for kids with Mickey Mouse and so on, because it's based on Mickey Mouse. So I think they didn't like that, but I didn't want to say that because of the fair use, and because they need to pay companies, I guess, these big Disney and whatever, some money from it. I don't know how it works, the inner designs, but I'm guessing that, so I'm gonna have to delete all those AI cartoons. So that's why I started the new cartoon with my dogs. I just don't know. I think that's the problem. And because I don't know. Fucking YouTube, man. Fucking nightmare. When we started working on YouTube with HD Play Gaming channel, that was the first channel that we played. That I started working on. The people like Throneful and MK Ice and Fire channels were way below us. And then we got shut down for what, 6 months? There was no HD Play. While these guys continued growing, and eventually these guys today have, I think MK Ice and Fire has 2 million views, 2 million subs, and Throneful has like 500,000. We were laughing at Throneful and the content that the guy was creating, but he just didn't get bashed by YouTube. So, you know, in the end they can all laugh at me. Look at this poor fucking broke fucker working for 1,000 views a video. Yeah, fuck YouTube, man. Fuck YouTube. And they demonetized my kids' channel already once when they put me in the same category. We started doing some costumes, those Elsa, Spider-Man bullshit that was going around. And it was really good videos. I've learned a lot about editing there. I used the effects and so on. Sub-Zero. I had Sub-Zero. Used his ice ball effect is freezing and shattering and so on. But it was quite kids friendly, you know. We never really got into any of those nasty, disgusting things that the others were doing. But YouTube doesn't care. They see if you have that type of stuff, even if it just, they don't care what's in the video. They just don't care. They see, oh, they have Spider-Man, Elsa, this, bam, lost the monetization.
Didn't you? I told you.
And that's the company that takes away 45% of each paycheck. Fucking useless. Not to mention what they've become. When you open up YouTube today, if you don't have a subscription, when I see that, I fucking go nuts, man. So many ads. Even if you pause the video, here's an ad on the side on mobile phones, here's an ad below, here's an ad there. I mean, what the fuck are they doing? What kind of a platform is that? They fucked up everything. They're just annoying viewers at this point, fucking extorting them into purchasing subscriptions.
Do not mourn.
And then we are gonna take the brunt of it because people are gonna be pissed off. They're gonna install ad blocks. They're gonna use Brave browsers. And how can I blame them? How can I blame you? You don't want to waste time watching 13 fucking ads on a video. Fucking idiots. Idiots working, just profit hungry, greedy bastards. That's what they are. Just pisses me off, man. No one has any decency anymore. It's all money.
Don't be childish.
I mean, I don't know how many of you know this, but I specifically said I'm not gonna annoy my viewers, so I never had unskippable video ads on my channel. Never.
Enough.
And
He made a sacrifice.
now that we don't have any more options to choose what kind of ads are gonna be on our channel, I also unchecked the box for mid-roll ads. I don't know, that's the only option that we have for videos over 8.
Will you not join me willingly? What choice do I have?
I've turned that option off, which of course affects my income, but it's not gonna make or break anything. It's just gonna add a little bit more. Fuck that. I would rather take a hit on that than annoy viewers with it. The whole point of RPG Division is to waste as little time as possible with pure information, pure guides, no bullshit. No, please like, subscribe, and all that bullshit. Jesus Christ, when I see some of that, or stupid thumbnails with people reactions like everyone like they got a dick up their ass suddenly without realizing it. Fucking hell, man. I fucking hate this platform. I hate it so goddamn much. It's what they've become. I loved it before. Sorry, a bit of a rant, but yeah, it's AI algorithm now, yeah. That's how they want me to act. You mean angry? Yeah, Lionel, maybe you're right. But the thing is, they're not gonna get anything out of it. Now, what am I doing? Jesus, I don't even know. Okay, we have Sister Janessa, we unlocked it. Okay, let's move on into the Abbey and see there's a corrupted beacon there that needs uncorrupting, I guess, cleansing. And there's a boss fight there too, so... By the way, I'm refusing to play with Grisha Remnant because it just makes the game too easy. If you were wondering. Did AI just delete my comment telling you to go X exclusive? What is X? You mean Twitter? I'm not on Twitter. I don't really use that. Yeah, you don't see shit. Yeah, they can obscure. You're right about that. They do obscure the view a little bit. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like when you mention other platforms, mate. Look at them. They're pathetic. They're trying to become TikTok with shorts. Instead of specializing on making the platform the best possible platform for long videos and to make creators want to do that stuff. It's just another TikTok now, for the most part. When you open up the homepage, all shorts on mobile phone. Shorts, posts. I have to scroll down for some long form videos to pop up. I don't know if that's the same for you guys. Even worse, tablet children are getting older now and a lot of them can't read or write. Kids can't pay attention long enough in class because of phones to learn anything. Yeah, you're right. That's a problem. ADD is basically normal today. Imagine them playing a CRPG where you need to read what happens in a quest. That's what my girl is doing. My girl is a not teacher, but she's a social pedagogue. She works with problematic kids. They all have ADD, some of them have ADHD and so on. But those are the worst of the worst when it comes to behavior problems, and mostly comes from home. Some of them do have other issues like intelligence issues and so on. So it's a combination of a really nasty shit show. So I hear a lot about it. So yeah, and teachers in that school are also complaining a lot about it. It just and what's worse, kids have so much power even in Croatia. Yes. Ajde. Her sister works in an elementary school as well, and one of the teachers had to witness one really psychopathic kid from first grade in elementary school jumping on the head of another guy, beating the shit out of him, continuing to jump, and she couldn't do anything because her hands are tied. If she does something like pull the kid away, she gets fired. Imagine that. Fucking parents are also a big issue today. Any fool can have a kid, and then people who are actually worth a damn usually have issues with getting kids in terms of either some physical limitations or there's something wrong. I've heard so many problems for people that actually could be a good parents, but no, these fucking cunts that 10 useless kids pumping one after the other. One useless kid after the other. It's not gonna do shit. And then you have to deal with the parents. It's very frustrating to hear my girl talk about the work. She's extremely good. She's highly respected in her school. Whenever there's a problem, everyone turns to her because she's a very intelligent person and knows how to deal with these kids. Respect only her, no one else, which is a huge success. But the issues that they have in that elementary school, what the hell is going to be in high school? That's some scary shit. Yeah, important job, very important job, yeah. Some of the kids you can't help. And then what the state does, state mean country, what the fuck do? They reward such incredibly helpful social pedagogues. Let's call them teachers. They are not, but alright. It's easier to say for me. They reward them by putting more and more kids into classes and going over the limit. They have a limit of, I think it's 8 or 10 pupils per class, because it's really difficult to keep attention, because you need to have constant attention to every single one. Every single moment some shit can break out. And they usually do. And she's got really good control of that. There's also assistants, but they constantly put new people in, new pupils in, and now she's got what 13, 14 kids. It's like almost a regular class, you know. And the worst thing of all is that she's now getting highly intelligent. No, highly intelligent. Jesus Christ, that's the wrong word. Retards. Let's call them retards. You know, kids that can't even do. They can't. They just don't have the capacity to do anything. I mean, even if they could get a menial job somewhere, that would be the peak of their success. No, not autistic. No. Autistic is she's got autistic kids there. Autistic kids are usually very smart, depending on the kid. No, I'm a little talking dumb as fuck. You know, just intelligence issues, high intelligence issues. Sorry, a lot of intelligence issues. So they can't really do anything in that regard. They just can't comprehend normal things, and no. There's no syndrome. It's just low intelligence, nothing more. There's no label. They're just stupid. There are stupid people in this world. We all know that, right? But we call stupid people that you say something stupid. No, true stupid people are people that can't comprehend simple things. They can barely write. Yeah, literally talking dumb as fuck. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rodan. And she is starting to get those and even level below those. And they can't function. She can't do anything with them. It's simply... you can't make any progress with them. It's impossible. They don't have the capacity. Some of them are just not even functional. She's got a couple of those as well. And they are pushing those kids into her class, and then the other kids who's got a potential to work on themselves, to improve themselves, are hurting because they don't get enough attention, since all the retards are getting the attention that shouldn't be there, because there is a class for the retarded. Let's call them retarded. It's easier to explain. Fuck it. It's not an insult because it's a fact. Where such kids go. But the parents won't do that, because the parents want their kids to be in a problematic class because it's a better label. And with it, they are hurting their kids because their kids don't have the potential to understand basic things that are being taught in that class. So they are getting nothing from that class. And not only that, but the other kids are hurting because they're in the class. But because parents want it, parents can't fucking accept that their kid is a retard and it can't do anything. And basically it's become a daycare. You know, they just want to leave kids alone, leave their kids off, so they don't have to worry about them. Now, some parents are great. Don't get me wrong. Some parents, even despite the difficulties that the child has, for example, autism or some other stuff, they are really, really fantastic and really wanna work on their kids and all that. And she can really do a lot of good with those kids. And she did. What the fuck is going on with donations today? Jesus Christ. I mean, people, you basically paid my bills. Now I will have maybe to buy something on the side. Thank you a lot. Thank you, lads. Really, I mean, I don't deserve that. Not even close. But thank you. I'm embarrassed every time someone donates, but I gotta keep it going because what else can I do? Who knows? Maybe a job is in future. We'll see. I don't want to do that. But I don't want to be broke my whole life, you know. We can't depend on donations. Jesus Christ, there's no fucking... Never wanted to have donations. Never. Never wanted to have Patreon. Never wanted to have Subscribestar. Never wanted to remove my full reviews and put them on Patreon and Subscribestar. Never wanted that. I don't want any of that shit. I just want to create content, give you guys all the content, waste as little time as possible. No bullshit. Here's the information that I could muster up, and that's it. That's the only thing. I'm not asking to earn a lot. I've earned a lot 10 years ago for a year, and that was it. It was a shit show ever since. But I don't care. I just want an average paycheck, so I don't need to worry about things. But that average paycheck needs to come from YouTube. Needs not from people donating. Fuck that. I don't want to have that option at all. But at this point, when you're earning 500 euros a month, what the fuck can you do? Just work. Try to just get by, you know. Thankfully, I have a very understanding girl. You know, many girls would say, "Go fuck yourself, you and the job. Go find a job. I don't give a shit. Go find something else." And I might have to. We'll see about that. Especially if I don't get the monetization, then I'm basically screwed. My hands are tied. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But she's understanding because she sees that I'm working constantly, that I'm trying to do things in life. I'm always mastering up things. I'm selling my car just to survive. It's a shit car, but you know, it's the only one I have. No, it's not. I have two shit cars. Total worth of both cars about 1,500 euros. So I'm selling one. Old cars. So she sees that I'm doing that. You know, she sees that I'm not just kind of fucking fuck the life. I'm gonna lay down and do nothing. Go into fetal position and just cry and hate the world. No, I'm not that type of a person. But look, it's just frustrating when you're constantly working, you're constantly trying things, and nothing fucking works. I can't. Alright, maybe I'm outdated. Maybe the things I do anymore are not really that good anymore. And that's fine. If that's the case, then it's a logical next step. I've become obsolete. If that's the case, fine. I'll accept that I'm simply not good enough anymore, and that's okay. You gotta accept things in life to improve yourself. And if that happens, there are jobs, but then the YouTube goes to shit. I won't be able to work on YouTube. There won't be any time. But yeah. Alright, enough about that. Anyway, I really appreciated the help, lads. Really appreciate it a lot. You have no clue how much it means at this point. Probably the most than any other time before. How do you feel about Block versus Perry versus Harden? Harden the best, without a doubt. Unless you are so damn good at parrying that you can play with that shell that... sorry, not shell, seal, no fucking hell. Am I gonna die? Oh, that was a lucky one. Unless you can play with that seal that has a very limited parry window. I'm not good at parries, I won't lie. I never play Dark Souls with parries because it's too risky. So if you can play that, then yeah, I think that could be the best one. But I think that one requires a playthrough. I would, for fuck's sake, and the goddamn Cliffy, I fucking hate Cliffy. Put a fence, for fuck's sake. Oh. About the Star Wars Zero company, mate, I really, as I said, I don't know if I'm gonna have the time even to play it, to be honest. Maybe one day. But I just don't have an option right now to invest into games. Whatever game I get, or if it comes through the high seas, it's just... that's the only way I can function at the moment. There's more important things than buying games at the moment, unfortunately. I just started playing Eredri, mate, so I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I haven't created it. I'm just using for Slaughterer. I'm using basic upgrades to understand a little bit better the power of the Slaughterer for now. That's the main thing. So I'm just trying out things. I like the Great Martyr Blade. It's not good for him because he needs resolve. I understand that. I understand that faster weapons would be nicer, but god damn, this thing can pack a punch. Oh, this could be a powerful attack. Okay. We gotta test that on a boss. So you would advise running Frost on Eredrim. I gotta start paying attention to what's it. To where I'm going. Thank you, Bridgeton, once again, mate. Oh, I always feel bad about donations. And I still think that I don't deserve any of that. It's just too much. You know. So please, no more donations, mate. Especially from you. I'm really starting to feel guilty a lot about it. There is a perk that increases damage to frozen enemies for Eredrim, you mean? Oh, that's something that could be worked on. Currently, I'm not using any of the tier 3 or tier 4 upgrades. I'm just using first two. No. Am I? Maybe I am using the stagger damage, that diapason or whatever the name is. Those fuckers are so annoying. These hunters. Gives you iframes. Oh, generally these running attacks are the best in the game. And that's again the byproduct of increased movement speed for players compared to the enemies. Even these faster enemies, they can't compete. They just can't. I didn't know about the iframes, mate. That's awesome. Great info, thank you. Really appreciate it. What the hell is happening? Who is targeting me? So I died somewhere around here, didn't I? Oh yeah, that running heavy attack is nice. And it has a fast, relatively fast animation. Alright, now we have to be careful. Oh, come on. And he fell. Nice. Good for me. What the hell is that? Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, that's the lack of polish that the game has that allows that type of stuff. I'm so disappointed in some of the things. I said first that I would wish for them to delay the game after playing the beta. And then when I started playing the game, I said, oh no, I actually was wrong about that. But now that I went further into the game, I stand by my original comment that they should have delayed it. They're gonna have to improve so many things, and I don't know if that's gonna be realistic. It's a shame, because the one game that I always thought that would be the absolute pinnacle of Souls likes, if they ever do it, was Mortal Shell after playing the first one. Come on, use the use the execution, fucking hell. Yeah, I've also had them. But it's not about that. Even glitches happen in every game. I don't mind glitches. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's all fine. But the mainly combat, lack of combat polish in a lot of ways is the biggest problem that I have. And the enemy design, which is quite weak. Yeah, I also enjoy it. I also enjoy it. That's the worst part. I'm enjoying it. I'm playing it. I'm still enjoying it despite the weaknesses. And I'm just thinking constantly, my God, if they would have just polished things, if they would just see what the problem is, because it's not difficult. I mean, I've seen it, but I'm not a developer, so it's more. Look at this. Look at the details. It's utterly insane how detailed this game is at times. Well, not at times, most of the time. And then to fuck up in so many basic ways. It just goes to show you, Souls-likes are some of the hardest games to develop. And I will always remain at that statement. You fuck up a little thing, and due to the heavier combat style that usually these games have, it's gonna be felt significantly. In faster games you don't really... Oh shit. In faster games you don't really feel those stuff that much. Ah, for fuck's sake! Oh, goddamn Cliffy. I hate this cheap shit. That's the only way the game ever defeats us. Through some cheap designs. That pisses me off the most. I'm gonna go on a break. 10 minutes. Just a little bit, gotta stretch and so on. They released a couple of patches so far, I think. Yeah, they have. If they keep up with it and release some DLC, it would help a lot. I had zero glitches in Lies of P. That was a good one. I still have to play Lies of P. I will stream it eventually, full playthrough, when I get the time. So far, there's so many games coming out, so many good ones to cover, that I can't justify playing Lies of P yet, since I'm not a streamer. This is just something I enjoy. I always want, when I stream, just to talk to people a little bit. It helps, makes things a lot more interesting. And chat for Mortal Shell 2 has been fantastic. Really enjoyed it throughout. Made the whole experience so much better for me. But yeah, they need to rework the combat. They need to rework movements. They need to rework tracking, sliding, difficulty design, balancing. But they are working on balancing the most, from what I've noticed in the latest patches. When I have to play this section much more careful than usual, simply because of Cliffy, the most dangerous enemy in every Souls-like. Ah, alright, so when they die they do this spinning thing. I thought that was some kind of environmental thing for this whole dungeon that occasionally occurs, but it's not the case. It's just when these elemental enemies die. Ne! Jeboti pas mater! Your rage uninstalled after beating the last boss. Oh, can't wait to experience that. Jebem mater. It's just that all that I dislike with the game concentrated in one fight. Ah. Oh shit! One second, I gotta see, my dog is going nuts. No, it's not bestiality, but it might sound like that when you... But yeah, we don't consider that for the exact thing that it says, word by word. Did it calm down? Yeah, it's fine. This dungeon is kicking my ass. Yeah, problem with Martyr's Blade is no attack cancel. You can attack cancel with dodge with the light attack. So maybe I should just use that. But yeah, I'm still learning Eredrim and Great Martyr's Blade. This is a huge change for me when it comes to the playstyle. Yeah, there's some shit going on. Wait a sec. Yeah, we say it so much. We don't even consider real meaning. Thief Starstone. What is Thief Starstone? I don't think I have that one. Oh my god, I'm missing these hardens constantly. Oh, okay. I gotta check where we get that one. Yeah, it does have slow activation time, you're right. Very difficult to use when you're getting pounded from all the sides. And it doesn't give you invulnerability frames, it seems, as you've seen now. Ah, for fuck off. These hunters might be the worst enemy in the game. The ranged ones specifically. Meh. Thanks for the tip on the Thief's Stone. Yeah, that sounds like it could be a game changer. Thankfully we can... Ah, okay. So we can attack cancel only at the start frames. That's a big thing. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do as well. I honestly forgot. I've been using it for some time, but I forgot. No, for fuck's sake. That ranged upgrade seems more and more attractive by the minute. Now this is where I lost the previous time. I just want to get to the second beacon. Ah, there it is. Awesome. No, I haven't seen it yet, no. Any good? Nice, glad to hear it. I'm trying to play only with first three. It's kind of more realistic. First three tier upgrades. It's more realistic for a mid game. But I don't know, honestly. I don't know how to think when it comes to builds for this game. What's the realistic? Realistic is if you're switching shells, you're only gonna have tier 1 and tier 2 for most shells. I mean, that's the realistic part of it, but I don't know. I guess the builds would work for anyone that wants to focus on a shell. Okay, how do I get back up? Yeah, but you played in night mode, mate. That's the big difference. For anyone that's... this is how we get... Is it? That's the big difference, you know. Maybe it's a more realistic thing to play the game, and then when you get to the late game, when you level up a lot, then play on night mode a bit to farm the glimpses. Maybe that would be a good progression thing to do. Yeah, I don't know how to get back up. I'm missing something here. Okay. Jesus Christ. One hit, 60% health, gone. I mean, they are kind of glass cannons. But still. What's with these hands? Okay. I still think it's a bad system to have. To at least then give us a way to refund the glimpses, and but then again we've already progressed the shell's story, so it also wouldn't work in a way. It would work, but it wouldn't be. It'll be kind of cheap design overall. I don't know. I'm not happy that we limited the possibility for so many shells to not be upgraded to its maximum extent just because you want to switch things up. And in this game you need to switch things up. It's much more interesting to do that. Hey user. Thank you, mate. Hey Tiago. Immersion wise, it's great until the combat breaks in terms of tracking, sliding and so on. Atmosphere is good, locations are incredible, aesthetically the game is 10 out of 10. Art style 10 out of 10. Details 10 out of 10. And that's about it when it comes to 10 out of 10. Still, incredible success in that regard. Oh yeah, the storm. That's what happened the last time. Why the previous stream ended abruptly? It was because there was a storm that day, and when there's a storm in my place, it's not a village. I call it a village. It's not really a village. It's just outskirts, I guess. They constantly shut down the power, and to be honest, that was some kind of a prevention because there was no storm anymore. So they just shut it down for prevention's sake. It was fine later, but at that point 2 streams of mine were stopped because of it, so I said fuck it, I'm not trying that anymore. It's just stupid to constantly be have streams stopped because of it. It just makes no sense to play like that, to stream like that. Caught me there, alright. I can never perfect block these Grishas. Cool. Oh, it's definitely worth $50, without a doubt. Thanks, Tiago, appreciate it. Well, I'm just learning to play Eredrim, so I'm not good with him at all. I'm dying all the time. He's got specific mechanics, and I haven't really. I'm just learning at this point, and with this blade, it's quite different to what I played earlier. Earlier today and a few days before that. Okay, cleansed this beacon, and now we can continue. Oh yeah, there was one more place that I need to visit. And this is one of those games where I don't even want to level up anymore. Not because nothing related to problem with the level up system. No, nothing like that. But because it becomes too easy. It just becomes too easy after a while. What I wanted to ask is if Julio is here, what is Julio and Solus? What are your levels? What are your late game levels? Yes, I did play Cyberpunk, yeah, 2077, but I played it during the release. And I loved it. It was a really good game. It was fucked as hell in terms of technical stuff and in terms of bugs and so on. I played on PC, thankfully, so... which matters a lot, because it was unplayable on consoles at that time. They really fucked up. But for what it is, good game. And I've heard that it's much better today than it was back then. No, don't fall. Oh. So New Game Plus feels easier. Well, you played on night mode, so to you everything is going to be easy, mate, after that. But what would you say, what was your level around... what was your level around the late game? Something like that. Do you know what level you were? For example, when you were exploring the southern region. I'm just interested to know where to focus my guides on. A pa jebem ti materu, pičku i klifi. Around 40-50. Ah, okay, okay. Sorry about the cursing and swearing. Just pissing me off when I die like that. And it's difficult to control the movements once you've committed to an attack. Because you can see, you can attack cancel at the beginning, which is really nice. I like that. And I also like that you can't cancel when you've already committed to the attack. I think that's a really nice thing that they've done. I don't know if they are changing that through patches or something. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm taking my time as well, testing a lot of stuff, so obviously I will level a bit more than the regular player. But I just wanted to know what would be the regular level for late game. Jebem ti. Okay, what's the deal with this area? There's nothing here on this pedestal. Weird. Really weird. Am I missing something here? How do I compare this to Lords of the Fallen 2023? I played Mortal Shell 2 a lot more than Lords of the Fallen 2023, and Lords of the Fallen remake got a lot of updates, so it improved over time, but they have some of the similar problems in combat when it comes to attack tracking, when it comes to big discrepancy between animation speeds in terms of, look at this, fantastic animation, and look at the movement. Movement is way too fast, especially when you're running for, and the enemies can't compete with that. That's one of the major issues in Mortal Shell 2, which was also an issue in Lords of the Fallen. I think Mortal Shell 2 is a better game from what I've played. And yeah, I would definitely recommend Mortal Shell 2 more than Lords of the Fallen remake. But they do have some similar problems in combat. But yeah, Mortal Shell 2, I would definitely buy it above Lords of the Fallen 2. But as I said, I haven't played after the latest update that some people say improved combat a lot. I don't know if that's the case because the combat base of that game was wrong. And some of the combat base for Mortal Shell 2 is wrong, but not as much. It's at a higher quality degree than Lords of the Fallen, definitely. And Mortal Shell is one of those games that's simply incredible in so many things. Mostly the world, locations, details, well, what we discussed earlier. In that regard, it's one of the best ever, without a doubt. So just because of that, Mortal Shell 2 is worth it. And not that the combat is bad, don't get me wrong, it's not. It's, I would say, solid. But there's a lot of lacking things that just play quite indie, let's call it like that. Enemy design is, although aesthetically enemy design is good, really good. No, don't go into, oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. But the challenge is tied to parameters more than it is to creative enemy designs and AI that could really, you know, challenge you in an interesting way. And with cliffies and depthies, as you've seen so far. Is Phantom Blade Zero a Souls-like? I mean, it doesn't have to be. I'm gonna play it nonetheless. But is that considered a Souls-like? I just saw a couple. I just saw a trailer, one trailer, or something. No, it's more like an action game. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I'm not going into water anymore. Go fuck yourself. I don't need to kill everything on the map. Look at this. Cool design on enemies, the scary shit though. When you're immersed into the... This game needs to be played in dark. Full dark. And if the difficulty was done right, it would be such a scary thing to play. Really cool. It would be really cool, I think. So there's a jumping thingy over there. Aha, okay, we can vault over this. More like Ninja Gaiden. Okay, cool. Cool, I like that. Look at this. They put a bone gate on top of a hand, and it looks like some kind of a knuckle weapon with spikes because of it. It's just so cool, the little details they had in Mortal Shell 2. They really offer. No. Oh, god damn it. And then you die like this. And then the game pisses you off. Yeah, there's a section in Mushroom Village where you can use night mode to enter a specific location, I think. I've seen that, but I haven't really... Where do you activate night mode even? So where's the second bell? I don't see a second bell here. Back to the Merrow. Aha, I know, up to the tower. Yeah, I know. Talk to the NPC. Oh, I don't know who that NPC is. I know that there's a travel. Is that where the fast travel is? Okay. Alright, I'll move so slowly now that there's no chance I'm gonna fall down. Because, oh, for fuck's sake. And what I do, I fall down. What an annoying location. Fantastic visually, but god damn, this is the most annoying location so far in the game. It really plays with your nerves. You can do this, you can do this. No, no. For fuck's sake, is this bugged? Here's the bell. The shortcut. Alright, we got that sorted. And I've been through a lot of dungeons, but none in the southern part. I still haven't really progressed that part. Yeah, that's the realism. Ah, too early. I'm so uncertain with Eredrim. I'm hardening way too soon. It's just, I'm not used to him yet, and this blade. Which is fine, you can't get used to things like such big changes in playstyle after an hour of play. They're just not realistic. And that's fine, I like the learning curve in games. Especially when it comes to the gameplay learning curve, not just the character building curve. Yeah, I did a build on that, Solus. It's on the channel. Yeah, it was the upgrade as I've suspected, if you remember when we talked about it. Great upgrade though. Honestly, I thought that they should have included the unarmed setup as the main thing for Smert. It would be the best thing, honestly, in my opinion, if they just let it. Oh! Now this guy could use feints. Oh shit. No, don't give me the unbreakable bullshit. What the fuck? Okay, so everything this guy does is unbreakable. I mean, unblockable, that is. Makes sense, because he's using the heavy weapon, so I guess, yeah, that's not a bad design. Is this a big boss or? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, boom. Hey, Peter. Currently dealing with one of the big bosses. I don't know if this is a big boss. It might be. Maybe it's not. Oh, I don't think. Maybe it's not. I think maybe that's the one before the big boss. Got me there. Oh yeah, this is not the big one. So we still have a big one ahead. Nice. Consume to infuse your weapon with frost. Alright, we got the infusion. And I'm guessing this is where the big boss will be. So I gotta get back to the... It's the same layout, similar layout to Magdalena fight. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna die here, that's fine. I can't go back, it seems. Oh, there is a beacon. Nice. Okay, good to know, mate. Let's just see where the beacon is. I gotta find it. Oh, there are a couple of ledges here and there. Thinking there might be something hidden. Oh, this is the big boss. Okay, and there's the beacon.
You see him? A conqueror who wished to be a god. He reigned for a century until he perished. His followers could not accept it. They knew not what to do without their tyrant. They stitched him back together, made him, and now this. Life is his reward. They stitched, made, and
Hmm. How do I get back? Okay. Doesn't let me. I don't know why. Let's cleanse the beacon. Oh, the boss. Oh, nice. Yeah, these bosses are... I'm not happy with these bosses in the dungeon. Usually they just put some kind of a normal enemy and then they say, oh look, this one is a boss. There's so many of those bosses. Quite disappointing, to be honest. If they at least made some kind of a different enemy, maybe an archetype, a different archetype of the other enemies that we fight in the game, other regular enemies, but kind of improve them a lot. That would make a lot more sense, because there's a lot of such bosses, unfortunately. Feels a lot like filler content. Alright, let's go for the boss. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ooh, the damage. What the fuck? Okay. No sound. There should be sound. 1000 damage, not bad. I don't know what that is. Yeah, okay. Oh, come on. Oh, that's the Doom guy. Mick Gordon, if I'm not mistaken. Damn. Yeah, he does fantastic music. Jesus Christ, that damage is insane. I forgot, there's a third attack coming. This boss is gonna need a couple of retries, more than a couple. Ah shit, it's that attack. I don't know what to do here. Just run, I guess, and spam dodge. That's the best I can come up with at this point. I always forget there's a third one coming. Oh, he faked me out with that one. Nice job. I remembered this time around and missed. Come on, you're gonna spam that bullshit attack now? Oh. Wow, he loves spamming that bullshit. Ah, fuck. Hey, Swamp Donkey. Yeah, he spams that move way too much. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. Oh yeah, by the way, I have some other things I can do here. I don't need this. I don't know if this boss does frost or what does he do, because I was burning, so yeah, this is really good. We don't need diapason for him. Trauma. Riposte. Oh, let's try this. Mate, it's the grab attack in Mortal Shell 2. That means it's tracking. I haven't even played against that boss and I know where the problem is. As soon as you set the grab attack, it's obvious. Oof. Okay. I get the message. Ah, shit, I fucked up. Shit. Oh, come on. Ajde, pičku. It's just that you get caught and that bullshit move is basically a move where you can't do anything. those projectiles. He uses that move to be safe. That's why he uses that move. It's not a big of a deal to avoid the damage that the move does, but he uses it so that you can't do shit. And yeah, camera is also not the best in this fight. Oh, what the he definitely does ice damage. No doubt about that anymore. Gotta get some ice immunity. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, will you stop doing that bullshit? Pa jebem ti matero. Hey, Wheeler. Okay, let's do the frost upgrades. I'm gonna need it. Does parry window increase work with harden is the question. You know what? I don't need increased parry window. Let's just go with frost mitigation and let's go with frost mitigation. Fuck it. Let's go like this. Ah, fuck. Oh, good time to use the finishing move. Got the shell back immediately. Ne. Yeah, but I need harden for the attack. Well, you know what? Let's try with the seal. Fuck it. Let's try with the seal. No, you know what? No, I'm used to harden by now. It is a commitment, but I like that. I just don't like how the enemies are designed. That's utter bullshit. Mortal tracking the game. And I'm playing with the wrong weapon. This guy is slow, I should play with a fast weapon. Without a doubt. But I want to beat him like this. I'm stubborn that way. I have hardened. Meh. Wrong move. Bit too much commitment to that attack. Ah shit. Nah. Fucked up. Pressed the wrong button. There we go. Consume Hunter Zolt to drive weapon forward. Series of swift, piercing thrusts. For what weapon is that? I can't see. Is that for Black Needle or? Yeah, for Black Needle. Spoilers, gotta run. I get it, mate. Thanks, lads. Yeah, the Martyr Blade was not a good choice for this fight. That was clear. Basically, you get stuck in an attack if you don't have Harden, and then you're fucked. But I do love this upgrade. This upgrade is sick. This trauma upgrade, very good. All right, all that to be it for today. Thank you very much for Isaac. No, I don't know who Isaac is. It's gonna be on the stream. I only do corrupted beacons on the stream, so the next one tomorrow is gonna be again corrupted beacon. Thank you all for watching. Thanks so much for the donations on Datsu and Abridged on. You guys really helped a lot. A great chat again, highly enjoyable. Oh, the Mushroom Village. I might do that on the stream. Check it out just to see how it works. So anyway, thank you all, lads, and have a good one.